What's up, Dr. Dave? This is Sellers. I've just pulled into Providence Canyon State Park near Lumpkin, Georgia, or also known as the Little Grand Canyon around here. So we're gonna go check it out. All right, so here's a quick map of the area. Here's a little bit about the geology of this place. I think the most fun part is it talks about the Baker Hill Formation, which is the uppermost layer of soil not visible in canyon walls. I wonder if that means it's completely eroded away. Here is our grand view of the gully system from a top-down view. It's actually very gorgeous. This is why there's a push in the 30s to try to make this place a national park, which I guess will be pretty ironic. Yep, it's over 1,000 acres. I believe it's around 1,100. And it's over 150 feet deep in some spots, so pretty wild stuff. Yeah, and here we can see some of the different layers of the Georgia soil. So the reddish stuff up top is the Clayton Formation, and that's actually pretty resistant to water erosion. But once water penetrated the Clayton Formation, it got to the Providence Formation, which is those white and different multicolored sands, and that runs about 100 feet deep. And then at the bottom we have the Ripley Formation, which was, it used to be, you can kind of see it somewhere over there where there's that darker soil. I don't know if you can see that, but that was ocean sediments, and that is, I believe that's also under some of the sands down there, but it's a lot harder to erode, which is why the canyon isn't going to get any deeper. So this is Providence Methodist Church, for which Providence Canyon was named. I think I told you before that this church sunk into the canyon, but it was actually not this church, it was a different church. And the name also suggests that people at the time of its naming thought that this was a formation created by God. And the place is actually still used today as an example by young Earth scientists who believe in a biblical timeline of creation. And those people say that if Providence Canyon could have formed in 20 years, then why couldn't the Grand Canyon and Bryce Canyon have formed in, say a few thousand years, or however old people think the Earth is. And actually my high school physics teacher, or my high school physics and chemistry teacher, and my high school biology teacher both believe that. So a little interesting tidbit. All right, Dr. Dave, I am descending into the canyon now. So while I'm going down, a little history lesson. This area was first settled by Americans in around 1800. And we cleared all this land to grow cotton with slave labor. And until around 1930 or 1940, that's what was here. It was all cotton monoculture. And so because of the use of the plow, and because of poor management practices, the land in this area started to erode right when the land was cleared. And by around 1850, water erosion had started forming gullies that had cut through the Clayton Formation, which is pretty resistant to water erosion. But after water cut through the Clayton Formation in around 1850 to 1875, water started cutting through the Providence Formation, which is all of the sand here that we'll see in a minute. So this canyon isn't eroding as fast as it used to, thanks to the planting of pine trees in this area, which is now the main crop. We mainly grow timber around here, and the introduction of kudzu. The kudzu, on the other hand, is choking out all the plant life and trees in the area. All right, we've reached the bottom of the canyon. All right, Dr. Dave, here is an up-close look at one of the canyons down around here. But as you can see, this stuff is super crumbly, and so that's part of why Providence Canyon has eroded the way it has. Because we did cotton monoculture all over the South. This really only happened in this county. And that's because all of the subsoil in this area is so sandy and, well, to put it bluntly, really shitty. All right, here's a really up close look at some of these formations here. We can even go back up in here where people have carved all kinds of stuff. That's how, and yeah, this stuff probably won't be here in a few weeks. I'm pretty sure I actually carved my name into something around here at some point, but that obviously is long gone. I carved Dave into this wall. Yeah, this canyon isn't getting any deeper because the stuff under this soil is actually pretty solid stuff. But it is getting wider by about 6 square feet a year. And Dr. Dave, as you'll notice around here, there's still a lot of greenery around here, a lot of wildlife. There's actually a lot of wildlife down here too, supposedly. So it's kind of wild that a massive farming gully system has developed its own ecosystem. If you look closely enough here, I can't tell if you can see it in the video or not, but you can see sediments flowing through the water. So this is land erosion right before our eyes. It looks like those sediments that we're seeing flow into Florence Marina, which drains into the Chattahoochee and therefore into my lake. So it looks like it's about to storm here, so I'm going to wrap up. But in conclusion, this is just a stark reminder of what happens when you don't take care of your soil. And when you don't use cover, when you till the soil and leave it open, and you only rotate one, you only use one crop, and there's no crop rotation. I mean, it's only cotton grown here for over 100 years. Yeah, this is what can happen when you don't take care of your soil. So you've got to protect it.